Hi there and welcome. Welcome to Module 3, the psychology of selling and why people buy. In this module, we're going to introduce you to a gentleman by the name of Norman Hall. I'm not sure if that's a photo of him or not. That's the best I can find. But Norman Hall was the last of the Fuller Brush salespeople. You may not know much about the Fuller Brush company, but it existed in the US for many years, probably 40, 50 years. And in today's terms, when it finally sort of went into, it just closed down. It was a billion-dollar company, and essentially what it was people selling brushes and things of that nature door to door. So what is it about Norman Hall, and what can we learn from him? That's what we'll have a look at in this module 3. We'll also have a look at the idea that 1 in 9 people generally across the world are involved in direct selling of that's what they sell, aeroplanes, they sell real estate, they sell insurance, etc. But according to Daniel Pink and his wonderful book To Sell is Human, we're all in selling now. In fact, if you think about it, leaders sell vision, business people sell products and services, parents sell values. So in some ways, we're all selling an idea of some sort every day of our life. If you've got children, you know what I mean. You're in the business of selling because you're always trying to sell them on something. People who never before had to sell now have to sell. Now, what I mean by this is there was a time, and I can remember this from my banking days, when we didn't really have to go out and find people to sell to. People generally just came in, they just knocked on the door, they wanted to become a customer. And I think that's true of a lot of professional organizations, accountants included, lawyers included, architects, those sorts of people. In fact, if you look at the period, say, between Malcolm Fraser, the Hawke government, in that time there, the Labor governments through to Howard, it was a consumer-driven time. People bought with abandon. The fish were jumping out of the water into the boat. Well, the truth of the matter is, the fish aren't jumping out of the water anymore. In fact, we all have to now go out and find people, largely go out and find people to sell to. And the reason for this is largely to do with trust, and it also has a lot, of course, the internet has had a lot to do with this. We know people can now do a lot of research before they go and see anybody. So generally speaking, a lot of professional people, and I've had a lot of people, even doctors and a lot of the health industry through our sales programs, who've never had to market or sell their business before, now find that they have to. You know, without sales, our entire society would come to a grinding halt. The only real creators of wealth in our society, in my view, are businesses. Businesses produce all the products and services. They create all the profits and wealth. They pay all the salaries and benefits when you think about it. The health of the business community in any city or any state or nation is really the key determinant of the quality of life and standard of living of the people in that geographical area. Salespeople, in my view, once again, and I'm very biased, are the most vital people in any business. That doesn't mean that, you know, you may be a lawyer or an accountant or an architect, whatever that may be. All I'm saying is part of your role now is to sell. And it's about professional selling, professional people selling professional services in a professional manner. Without sales, the biggest and most sophisticated companies shut down, as you know. In fact, the business of Australia is all about sales because you can't make profits unless you've got sales. The best company have the best salespeople. The second best companies have the second best salespeople. And the third best companies, well, they're not going to be around much longer. They're going out of business. So this whole notion of learning how to sell better than what we've been doing is a worthwhile notion. We'll learn also in this module that we know why we're selling, but why are we buying? let's have a look at the psychology of selling and the psychology of buying. Why do people buy? We'll look at self-discipline as a key sales factor in this program. And finally, have a look at just a little bit of psychology around a guy called Abraham Maslow. Some of you may have heard about Maslow and his hierarchy of human needs. And you'll see how needs and wants start to take shape in this whole area of selling. We have a view as a seller that everybody needs our product. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people need our product. But people don't see it that way. The buyers don't see it that way. Unless they want the product, they're probably not going to buy. We'll have a look at the attitude changes that people go through in this whole notion of psychology of selling and buying. Rejection to acceptance, indifference to interest, doubt to belief, procrastination to desire, and fear to confidence. See how those come in. No matter whether you're buying a packet of chewing gum or a house, we go through these attitude changes at some point in time. And a professional salesperson knows all about these attitude changes and helps the buyer go through the process. And with that in mind, a little quote there by Jeffrey Gitomer, a mentor of mine, one of my many sales mentors. If they like you and they believe you and they trust you and they have confidence in you, then they may buy from you. People know how to make the thing they sell, but often, or more often than not, they don't know how to sell the thing they make. I say that in general terms because there are exceptions to every rule. But if you think about a lot of businesses, most businesses are pretty good at what they do. You know, there's good technicians, there's good people in there, they're doing good work. And where we get into trouble is we run out of sales, we run out of people to talk to, we run out of ways to make more revenue. And it often comes down to the basic facts of selling. There's a marketing component in that. Which is marketing. The primary role of marketing is to generate opportunities to do business, but then you've got to be in a position where you can make those sales. So we'll look at all those things as we go through this module as well. So good luck with module 3, and if you have any questions, as per normal, just give me a hoy. You can email me if you like, if that suits you, or you can always set up a time to have a chat via an SMS to me. I'm more than happy to do that. So see how you go with module 3, and we'll talk to you again soon. Cheers.